Hey everyone, this is Liz. I am Matt's business partner and I'm his wife. I used to be on this YouTube channel a lot more, and professionally, I've been very involved with our real estate Invest Her community. So if you don't know much about our Invest Her community, we have meetups around the country, and we have a lot of neat things happening. You can check us out at therealestateinvestor.com for any women in your world and life that want support and want a tribe behind them. Definitely send them our way. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for supporting the DeRosa group. This is from Dan. Thank you so much, Dan, from Southern New Jersey. I am a Jersey girl, so thank you so much for your question. I am actually living in Pennsylvania, but I'm a true and true Jersey girl. So you said you are new to flipping properties and recently purchased 2 properties to flip. Congrats, by the way. One in Philly and one in New Jersey. You have an LLC, but both properties were purchased with cash prior to the LLC formation with myself and as the owner. Okay, so you purchased these with cash. Okay, from watching your videos, you said you're assuming that you would suggest transferring these properties to an LLC. The only reason that I'm not 100% sure is that your similar scenarios seem to be on properties with mortgages. Now, here's your question. Does owning the homes outright make any difference in that advice? So number one, while we're not attorneys, we're not accountants, please know that, putting properties and LLCs, people do that for a lot of different reasons. We do that for a lot of different reasons. I would highly recommend you get an attorney and an accountant who are very investment property friendly. They have investment properties. You really need to have those folks on your team, because what they're going to be able to do is look at your whole picture, your whole financial picture, where you are and where you want to go, and start to help you protect, your assets. That's what obviously putting it in LLCs or any sort of company or corporation, you're protecting, you're protecting your assets, you're protecting yourself. They're going to be able to, an attorney's going to be able to best advise you on that basis of other things happening in your life and looking at your whole kind of financial and investment world holistically. So that's number one. An accountant obviously will give you great advice from a tax perspective as well. So those are 2 people you cannot miss having on your team. I just want to stress that. I will tell you this, owning the homes outright really makes no difference in from what I've seen. Again, from my experience, it doesn't really make a difference from the perspective of, having it in an LLC or not, right? So an entity is going to protect that asset, whether you own it free and clear or whether you have it with a mortgage. Those 2 things are not necessarily dependent on each other. But again, how you structure it and what makes sense for you, whether it's an LLC or a trust or an S Corp. I mean, there's so many different entities, and you really want to be very clear on the pros and cons, basis of your situation today, and also your situation in the future. Those things do change. So we can't just give you a blanket answer, but I do highly recommend, there's some amazing attorneys, real estate attorneys, again, ones that know investment property, and an accountant and an attorney. And you really need those 2 people on your team. So I hope that gives you some advice. But yeah, the short answer is that whether you have an LLC, whether you own it free and clear, or whether you have a mortgage on it, from an LLC perspective, what the purpose of putting it in LLC shouldn't really matter necessarily. Again, I'm not an attorney, I'm not an accountant, I'm just sharing what I've seen and what I've experienced. We do legally protect all of our assets, and I would highly recommend it. But again, you need to consult with a professional, right? Hope that helps you, gives you some insight, gives you some context. You take good care, and thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel.